Welcome to Project Daikon team level. My name is Michael Altman. This first level is mine, and I hope you enjoy it. As a scrapper, you will have to interact with the car, causing it to slide in the water, creating a path to the other side. Upon doing so, you grab the scrap metal, then jump across the first car to the second car, avoiding the pond and the toxic water in the pond. As the scrapper, you use the broken tire to smash through the window, allowing you access into the building. By using the tire several times, you can break the windows, and then after breaking the windows, you can attempt to climb through. As the scrapper, you'll have to interact with the broken tire yet again, and then break through the next window, getting yourself access into the next room of the office. Upon discovering the office, you will grab a scrap metal, and then at the scrapper, you'll use the grab nail to move the crate, uncover the door, and proceed in the next room by pressing E on the door. In the next room, you'll make your way to the next door, but grab a scrap metal along the way. By pressing E again, you'll open the door, making yourself into the next room. Upon exploring the next room, you will notice that there are several pieces of scrap metal throughout the room. And as the scrapper, you must crouch under the broken cubicle and crawl through the opening of the cracked window, making yourself move into the next room. Into the next room, you'll see a scrap metal and a table. And as the scrapper, you must interact with the table and break it through the broken door, or the window, or break it through the window, just to make yourself into the elevator room. Upon entering the elevator room, you hit the broken door just to grab a whole bunch of pieces of scrap metal. Once you collect every single one of the scrap metals, you'll make your way back into the elevator room. And then, as the scrapper, you will interact with the elevator, which will bring you up to the second floor, allowing you access to the next room after pressing E. In the next room, you'll come upon a broken door. Again, that will take you into a main storage area, which actually holds a lot of pieces of scrap metal. After grabbing as many of the scrap metal as you can, you'll proceed to find what's the next part of it. As the scrapper, you have to maneuver around this rack to be able to break into the next set, which is the next window. Using the small crate, you can actually break into that next room window. You also pick up a scrap along the way and then make your way in through the window. You'll see another broken door behind some boxes, and you will go through them and collect some scrap metals that you find. There's a light wall which indicates that there is a breakable wall, and you just crouch and jump around it just to break it through with the power of your body. And that discovers a cache of scrap. After collecting all the scrap, you'll actually make your way back out of the room and back to the broken door to find out what to go next. After breaking through the door, you see a scrap metal out of the corner of your eye, and you crouch down through and travel through the ventilation shaft to reach the next area of the building. You'll collect some scrap along the way before exiting, and upon exiting, it will take you to a room that is just completely broken down. But before going into the next room, you want to get through the debris and collect as many scraps as you can. And then as the scrapper, you'll want to maneuver around the debris and go through another light wall that indicates a breakable wall with your body. In the crate scrap room, you'll pick up scrap along the way once again, making yourself going to the final elevator of the building after collecting the last piece of scrap. You press E once again to interact with the elevator, which will bring you up to the third floor, allowing you access into the next room. The next room has terrain in it because of the fact that it has broken roof and water accumulated from rain. the water is toxic and you have to avoid it, and pick scrap metal up along the way. And before you go across the room, you would like to take a table with you so that you can actually get into the final window with the broken, with the window, by breaking the window with the table. By jumping across the water and avoiding it, you actually keep yourself from dying. You pick up scrap metal right before exiting the building, and as the scrapper, you'll use that table to break that last window, exiting the level. Once you break the window, you'll jump down, and then you'll land on top of an air mattress that actually keeps you from falling to your death. And you'll go into the next level.
Hey guys, this is Jason Trinidad, and welcome to my level. So right now we got some barrels. You can either move them with the grapnel or just jump over them. Crouch under this debris right here. Go ahead and make it to this door. We'll go ahead and press the E key. So right to the left we got this fake wall. You can either walk through it or use the grapnel to take it apart. There is a collectible right behind there. So next we have this door in front of us. In order to access it, we got this little switch on the right. Go ahead and press it. Might work on the first try, might not, but hopefully it does. There we go. So we'll go back here. We've got some water sounds and a collectible back here. A nice little tree in the middle. So we'll go through there. Go ahead and get back through the main route. So we got a secret door on the right, and then we have the main passage on the left. We'll go through here just to open up that door ahead. Get access to the next room. Press the E key, and it should open the door. And then we got this secret door in front of us. Alright, and then we got a collectible right here. We'll go ahead and proceed to the next room. We got a little passage to the right just with the collectible back here, nothing special. Alright, and we'll just jump back over the barrier, and we'll hit this E key for the next door. Alright, and we'll just spam the E key to open the door until we get this fixed. Alright, and we'll grab the collectible back here, and then we got a little lake back here, little area of water, and we got an artifact hidden behind these boxes. We'll just proceed, and then through here we'll just jump over each platform, and if you do fall down, you will respawn at a checkpoint. Alright, and that's the end of my area, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
Hello, my name is Josh Neese, and this is my area. So the scrapper comes across an old bank that an old scrapper used as a safe house. The pair comes across a book, picks it up. The book has some information about a code. We don't have the code, so we can't open the vault door yet. Come around the side, push through this door, this wall. Come around, crouch through the hole in the wall, picks up the second book, which gives us another code piece. Comes around the back. Then the book in the front said there was a hidden wall here that we could pull down. So we come back to pick up another journal, and then we build a staircase out of these boxes to jump up on top and pull the stairs down. So pull the stairs down, the scrapper runs up and can pick up a gear collectible at the top. Runs around the backside, jumps over a little gap, and then finds a box to the right, takes the box, gets it out of the way, and the scrapper is rewarded with some cash. The scrapper then makes a leap across, barely making it, and then he has to build a plank bridge over the much larger gap here. Takes the gap, takes the planks, and almost close. Spans the gap and runs across, and he is greeted with the first busted pipe, spitting fire, and collects a gear along the side. Runs around the backside to another burst pipe that the player easily can jump around, picks up another journal, and then if he's taking any damage, he can pick up a healing pack. Runs up the stairs and another burst pipe. The player needs to run under and enters the scrapper's bedroom. Picks up another journal, runs back outside, avoids the fire, and picks up the final journal, which gives us all of the key codes, and the code is press K. So the player presses K at the vault, the door opens, and before he runs back, the scrapper sees another scrap or gear he can pick up, and then another gear as he opens up. You can see the inside of this vault is pretty well picked clean. So the scrapper can pick up some more money, and then press the K key again to close the vault door. You can also pick up a healing pack if he took more damage. So the scrapper jumps on top, collects the final cash, collects another gear, and then he is free to exit the area into Trevor's area.
Hi, this is Trevor ONeill, and this is my level. To start my level, you can explore the outside of the complex, picking up collectibles and viewing the different assets I have scattered around the initial area. There are collectibles on either side. Most of the crates throughout the level are interactable. Moving on to the front door, there's a console. You interact with the console and it will open the front door. Moving into the front lobby, there are a couple of collectibles scattered throughout this area. Also, at the top left up there, you can see a vent. To get to this vent, you will stack these crates to create a staircase. You can then rip the vent door off with your grapnel, or you can throw a crate at it and it will break it off. You will then enter this next area, which is a giant junkyard. There are collectibles throughout this area as well. The collectibles in this room are worth a little bit more to the player. You will then traverse back across the junkyard, make your way back to the vent. You will then climb out of the area using the provided staircase and move on to the next part of floor 1. In this next area, there are 2 lifts. You will activate these lifts by interacting with the consoles in front of them. The next lift, same scenario. Over here in this area is a collectible behind these crates. Once again, the crates throughout my level are all interactable, and most of the time have collectibles hidden behind them. We will then move on up the staircase to floor 2. The lifts that you lifted from floor 1 are now part of the floor in floor 2. If you do not lift these lifts up, it will not allow you to traverse further into floor 2. Picking up this collectible here, we will move on to the next part of floor 2. In this area, you can move to the next part of the level by either running through or moving those boxes with your grapnel. And you will then walk across these support beams onto the next part of the second floor. Through this opening over here, you will enter the maze on floor 2. You'll run through this maze area to the stairwell for floor 3. climb the stairs. Those two crates are interactable, but they are there for decoration. That hole in the ground actually leads to floor 2. You can build a staircase out of crates and make your way to the second floor. This next room houses a bunch of crates and a safe in the right-hand corner. Rip the safe doors off with your grabnol, pick up all the loot. You will then move to this breakable wall. You can either throw a crate through this wall or run straight through it with your player avatar. It is not interactable with the grabnol. There are more cars in this area as decoration. You will then exit the area through this opening and move on to the next zone.
Hello, my name is Thomas Hall and welcome to my level. Here the player goes through a basic tutorial area. There's jumping, crouching, and there's also a hidden collectible in this shaft here, where the player can use the grabnol in order to move the thing away. The player can enter this room by either crouching or move the object. They can see the first turret through the grating there. That's the first introduction to them. There's a device on the right where the checkpoint was, which heals the player if they remain right next to it for an extended period of time. The player is approaching the first turret here. They can throw a physics object at it in order to destroy it. Although it may or may not be delayed, the player can then pick up the 2 focus crystals behind these destroyed machines. As you can see, the turret's corroded, indicating that this place has been abandoned for some time. The debris that's fallen from, I suppose, the landslide can also be seen on the wall opposite the elevator. The player can then enter a storeroom where there's wooden shelves and concrete crates and debris scattered on the floor. The player is introduced to toxic waste, advanced turret setup, where if they try to cross where the turret is with the toxic waste in place, then they'll take significant damage. Here they can grab 2 more focus crystals. It's possible to use the concrete blocks in order to get through the toxic waste without taking any damage. However, this takes a significant amount of time. Here we just saw an example of the healing device healing the player above 100. This is the more advanced turret setup where the player has to try and throw the blocks at 2 different turrets. The distance is longer than for the original 2 turrets, and if the player attempts to cross with both turrets active, then they'll take quite a considerable amount of damage. However, it is possible to attempt to cross with both turrets destroyed. This area is intended to be a sort of generator room for this bunker area. Again, it has the same concrete walls. However, is the central pillar, which has the microfusion power cell, which is the objective for this my entire area, which is supposedly powering this facility. If the player falls down, they will enter the toxic waste at the bottom and immediately die. There's no way out of that. You can see planks by the player and the debris there. They may use those to attempt to try and cross the platforms if they are having difficulty jumping across them. However, the player is normally able to jump across a running trot with little to no problem. The turret on the left-hand side has a collectible by it. The player is required to destroy both the turret and jump across. It's quite a difficult jump from the central platform to the turret itself. As you can see, the left turret is destroyed, so the player is not shot from the left-hand side of the room. However, there, if they try to get into the range of the right-hand side, they'll still be shot. And I'm afraid this is the end of my level. Thank you for watching.
This is Jerry Wisdom's level. You first enter the level from my toms, and you will drop down into my sandy terrain, navigate over to the key item, and then back over to the door, which will let you in. Once inside, you'll see my newly formed walls and textures with my fire. Some fire particles are working and some are not. Acquire the bucket of water to put out the 3 fires, and once the 3 fires are put out, there's an optional cash item to pick up. Walk up the stairs and out of the building to acquire the next checkpoint. Inside this area, there is an optional med kit to pick up. Use the crate to jump on top of the catwalk and put out the fire with the 4th bucket of water. Once you drop down into the next area, crouch underneath the 4 pipes and pick up the 5th and final bucket of water to put out the last fire. Then use E to use the ladder. Inside the rest area, there are 2 optional cash items. And there is a broken door right now in this area. Once to my fire escape, press E to transition, jump over and fall down, go around the corner and over the crates. Pick up the crate to jump over to the ladder to get up to the next half section of the building, put out the fire, and use the board to cross over to the next fire escape. Here again, my box plotters are not working on my build. Once at the top, use E on the zip line and transition over to the last building. Drop off into my last terrain that has been fully textured, and that is my level. Thank you for watching. Hello and welcome to my Beta 2 build. This is Jerry Wisdom's level. You first enter the level from my toms and you will drop down into my sandy terrain, navigate over to the key item and then back over to the door, which will let you in. Once inside, you'll see my newly formed walls and textures with my fire. Some fire particles are working and some are not. Acquire the bucket of water to put out the 3 fires, and once the 3 fires are put out, there's an optional cash item to pick up. Walk up the stairs and out of the building to acquire the next checkpoint. Inside this area there is an optional med kit to pick up. Use the crate to jump on top of the catwalk and put out the fire with the 4th bucket of water. Once you drop down into the next area, crouch underneath the 4 pipes. I'll pick up the 5th and final bucket of water to put out the last fire. Then use E to use the ladder. Inside the rest area there are 2 optional cash items, and there is a broken door right now in this area. Once to my fire escape, press E to transition, jump over and fall down, go around the corner and over the crates, pick up the crate to jump over to the ladder to get up to the next half section of the building, put out the fire, and use the board to cross over to the next fire escape. Here again, my box plotters are not working on my build. Once at the top, use E on the zip line and transition over to the last building. Drop off into my last terrain that has been fully textured, and that is my level. Thank you for watching.